Hello once again, sixth graders. I wanted to talk to you today about another one of the Monte Carlo problems. Part of this is motivated by the fact that I know that some of you are having a difficulty completing the exercises. Some of you need to work a little bit more at home to get through everything, because at this point you really should be working on the actual review quiz, if not having finished it. For those of you who are finished, thank you very much, and I would like you to add another simulation to your Monte Carlo Google Sheet that I asked you to create at the beginning of this week. So this is the problem off of page 78, and of course this is the print from the old text that I've scooped up here. But they describe an industrial process of producing some glass bottles, and there's some little impurities in within the mixture of glass. There's 100 bottles that you're going to make, and there's 100 little stones, some small solid particles that make the bottle not perfectly all glass, if you will. Fine. So they describe the quality here. It's basically whether it's perfect, or or 1 stone, 2 stone, 3 stones, or more than 3 stones, as they that's how they're assigning these qualities here. Okay, so doing this the old-fashioned way, we could just simulate 100 random numbers between 0 through 99, and that's what you see right here, the 100 pairs of random digits, or in olden times maybe you're looking up in that giant book I told you about. But of course we have tools that generate them now. So if we take a nice little square, now see what they've done here with the square. You've got the this is just double 0. Here's 10, 20, here's 30, 19 is over here, and so forth. So what they're now inside of each of these little squares in this 10 by 10 grid is where each of the random numbers are going. So like at the top here it says we place the first stone in a bottle labeled 77. So 77 there, so you got one there. Of course, in this list of numbers there happens to be another 77 in the list. And if we look, eventually we see it, and there it is. That's why there's 2 of these little stones in here. Okay, now obviously, wow, there's like 6 of them up here with the 8 and the 9. Yeah, so we should have a bunch of those. Yep, there's 1, here's 2, here's another one, here's 1, here's 1. I mean, you can see that there's several of those. So I think you get the point. The idea here, of course, is that we're trying to figure out, what is the probability that you would have a perfect bottle, from here. Well, and so if you knew nothing about how you might find that, what's the probability of finding a perfect bottle, creating a Monte Carlo simulation should generate a number somewhat close to it. Now, of course, we don't have to actually roll dice or whatever. We can ask Google Sheets to create a document here for us with random numbers. So what I now have, what you see right here, is in column A of my new page here, column A all the way over through column J, and then 10 rows down here. So point being, this is 100 squares. Let's see if that snaps. It did. Yay. I have 100 squares, and in these squares I have random numbers between 0 and 99. And how did this happen? Because in each of these squares I have the formula equals random between 0, 99. You don't have to really type that 100 times, rather just type it in one and just autofill a row, and then autofill, and just drag it on down. That'll save you from having to do all that. Okay, so once you have that, now notice got all these, starts, this is actually row 2 in case you're wondering, goes all the way down to 11. Okay, and that's kind of important, because now for the bottles, I'm trying to create a situation here for each bottle, and as I say right here in my instructions, these are counting up the random numbers. So quite simply put, this is counting, do I have a 0, 0, 1? I basically, on my rows here, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And yeah, that's going to, there we go. That's going to create my, and I guess I kind of cut off here because I only have 9 showing here, but that's okay. Just note there's supposed to be a column V over here. Anyway, but yet again, I've got 100 bottles, just like the grid up here, was talking about. It's, each square of the grid representing a bottle. So, and now this is just counting, so our bottle, in this little diagram here, bottle labeled as 1. Well, I don't see a 1 anywhere on here. Notice that? I do, however, see a couple of 2s. There's 1, and I lost the other one. Nope, there it is. See? And that's why this says 2. See? And if you just take it on down here again, like I said, this just counts down, so this is 11, 12, 11, 21, 31, 41, 51, 61. If this is box 71, this would indicate there should be 3 71s on my grid right now. By the way, don't get too married to the numbers when you're doing this, because every time you type something new, the numbers re-randomize. You get something else. There's 71, 71. I should have one more 71 in here. Do you see it? Yeah, it's over here. Anyway. But as I was saying, it'll be different on every different display. So, how did I get it to count? Here's the formula. So right now I've got, let me see this box right here, that's representing bottle 32. Since like I said, this row is 1 through 10. This is 11 through 20, 21 to 30. 31 to 40. So yeah, the one I've got squared right here, that's bottle 32. There's the 32. But what I'm asking it to do on my formula, I write equals count if, and I put $A, $2, colon, $J, $11. Now you may be wondering why I did that. This is A2, this is J11. Maybe I should color code these a little bit better. So let's say this, J11, that's the square right down here, okay, and then this is A2. And the reason I'm saying this is because it doesn't really have to be A2 to J11, it just has to be whatever range of values is going to capture all 100 of these, okay? So that's what's going into these boxes over here. In each box, you will actually have equals count if, $A, $2, colon, $J, $11, comma, and then the numbers after that, that's 32. So if I did this box down here, instead of 32 up here, I would have 92, and so forth. This one would be 93, etc., etc. Okay? I hope that makes sense. I hope you now have enough information to assist you with creating this spreadsheet. The only thing left now is just creating the, oh, by the way, this is just another example of the count if. Like I said, it's just the exact same formula, but this is now 95, because that's 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. Anyway, okay, the only thing left to do now is down at the bottom is the count of how many bottles had 1 stone, how many bottles had no stones, or had 3 stones, or 4 or more. And so this square right here, as you can see, I put equals count if, and now I'm counting my bottles over here, M2 to V11, and then I put the comma, I put down the 2, so it goes in here and counts up all the different squares that are holding a 2 right now. And at the time I printed this, it was 22. One thing I may not have explained too well here, you notice how on this count if I just said M2 colon V11, and on these up here I put the dollar signs. The dollar signs are actually there to allow you to drag and drop or autofill on the iPad, but it does it without changing any of the values, because otherwise on a spreadsheet, whenever you copy and paste like that, or drag, drop, fill, autofill, whenever you do that, it automatically changes the row number for each time you're going down. It lowers the row number by one. As you go over a column to the right, it kicks up on the alphabet. And we don't want it to do that. We want all these boxes, when we're counting up in the bottles, we want to count up all the numbers over here. We don't want to we don't want to count anything other than the boxes from A2 to J11. So I put those dollar signs in there so that even as I'm dragging over the formula, it does not actually change anything. Okay, so that's your task today, assuming you're done with the review quiz. If you're done with the review quiz, yes, this should be your second tab on your probability project. If you are not done with the probability review quiz, you really should be working on that, because there is the expectation that you're ready to take the test by next Monday, Tuesday, somewhere in that range. We've got a little bit of time, so I can probably push the test back a little bit, but a few of you need to make sure you're putting in the effort to complete the problems and that you're giving yourself a chance to do well in the quiz. All right, have a great day. I hope you've been good for the subs, and hope to see you soon. Bye now.